No matter how smooth or experienced you think you are, there's a good chance you're missing some of the biggest signs women give when they're interested in you. The truth is, women often flirt in ways that seem completely innocent, and if you don't catch on, you're missing golden opportunities. In this video, we're breaking down the sneaky, unexpected questions younger women ask older men when they're actually hitting on them. At first glance, it seems like an innocent question. How old are you? Really? Sounds casual, maybe even playful, but when a younger woman asks an older man this question, trust me, it's not just small talk. It's a subtle, strategic move, and if you understand what's really happening, you'll realize it's actually a huge sign of interest. First, understand this. Women are incredibly intuitive when it comes to picking up on social cues. By the time she asks you about your age, she already has a pretty good guess. Pretty good. She's picked up on the gray at your temples, the slight lines around your eyes, the way you carry yourself with more confidence than the boys her age. She's not asking for information, she's asking for confirmation. But more importantly, she's testing your reaction. How you answer will tell her everything she needs to know about how you view yourself, and by extension, how she should view you. Why your reaction matters. When she says, "How old are you really?" she's watching closely. Do you squirm? Do you hesitate? Do you get defensive, self-deprecating, or awkward? If you do, that's a huge turnoff. It signals insecurity, and insecurity is the fastest way to lose her interest, especially when she's looking at you because you're different from younger, less mature guys. On the other hand, if you smile, answer smoothly, and own your age with pride, it communicates something very powerful. You're comfortable in your own skin. You're not chasing youth. You own your experience. You're not apologizing for who you are. You're celebrating it. That kind of energy is magnetic to women who are drawn to older men. How to respond the right way? The key is to stay relaxed and playful. When she asks, don't rattle off your birth year like you're filling out a form. Instead, deliver it with a little charm. You might say, old enough to know what I want and young enough to go after it, or just flash a confident smile and say your age proudly. I'm 48. Best years of my life, honestly. Even better, if you pick up on her teasing tone, you can match her energy and throw a playful jab back. Why are you trying to guess if I'm too old for you or too young? This kind of banter keeps the conversation light, fun, and flirty. Exactly what you want. Remember, she isn't really worried about the number. She's checking if you're the kind of man who carries himself with assurance and presence. Two things that women find irresistible. Bonus tip, what her reaction means. Once you answer, pay attention to her reaction. If she laughs, teases you, or playfully challenges you, you don't look that old. That's a huge green light. She's not just okay with your age, she's intrigued by it. If she follows up with more personal questions like what you do for fun, what you're passionate about, or even if you date younger women, congratulations, she's already mentally picturing what it might be like to be with you. Bottom line, when a younger woman asks, how old are you really, she's not just being nosy, she's testing to see if you're confident, self-assured, and comfortable in your own skin. Answer with ease, a little charm, and zero apology, and you'll instantly separate yourself from the guys who don't even realize they're being sized up. Own it. Confidence is timeless. When a younger woman asks you, so why aren't you married? It might feel like she's prying into your personal life. And sure, on the surface it sounds like simple curiosity. But make no mistake, there's a lot more going on beneath that question than meets the eye. In reality, she's doing two very important things. She's checking your availability, and she's gauging your desirability. Women are smart. They know it's easier and less risky to ask a playful, half-joking question like, why aren't you married? Than to come right out and ask, are you single and open to something? This way, if you're taken or uninterested, she can easily backpedal without feeling awkward. But if you pick up on what's really happening here, you have a golden opportunity to not just keep her engaged, but to attract her even more. Why your answer matters more than you think. The way you answer this question tells her a lot about you. Are you bitter about relationships? Are you emotionally available? Are you someone who's wanted but just hasn't settled yet? Or are you someone who can't seem to make things work? If you respond awkwardly, maybe stuttering, laughing nervously, or getting defensive, it can make you seem like someone who's either hiding something or carrying emotional baggage. On the other hand, if you answer smoothly, calmly, and with a little self-assured humor, you signal something extremely attractive. You're a man who's content with himself and his journey, but open to the right person. That's exactly what she's hoping to hear. How to handle it like a pro when she asks, "So why aren't you married?" Resist the urge to give a long, detailed story about your exes, your heartbreaks, or your career focus. Instead, keep it light, positive, and open-ended. Here are a few examples of powerful responses. "I guess I just haven't met the right woman yet." "Timing's everything." "I'm not in a rush." "I'm looking for something real." Shows maturity and depth. Good things and good people are worth waiting for. Leaves her wondering, could I be that person? Notice something important here. These answers don't sound defensive. They don't sound desperate. They project a quiet confidence. And they subtly invite her to imagine herself filling that open space in your life. Watch for her reaction. Once you answer, pay close attention. If she smiles, leans in closer, or even teases you a little, well, maybe you're just too picky. That's a great sign. She's not just interested. She's seeing if she might be the right one you're still waiting for. You might even toss in a little playful flirtation to keep the energy fun. "Maybe I just haven't met someone as interesting as you yet." Delivered with a light smile and strong eye contact, that one sentence can shift the entire dynamic between you two. What not to do? A few things you definitely want to avoid. Don't complain about how all women your age are crazy or immature. Don't blame your career, your bad luck, or the modern dating world. Don't sound jaded or make yourself seem like you've given up on love. When a woman casually asks you, "What kind of women do you usually go for?" it might seem like just friendly conversation. Maybe you think she's just curious or making small talk. But let me tell you, when a woman asks this, it's never random. This question is loaded with hidden meaning. It's her way of trying to figure out two very important things. Do I fit the type of woman he's attracted to? Is there a real possibility for something between us? In other words, she's not just making conversation, she's collecting information. And how you answer can either pull her closer or make her lose interest. Why she's asking: women are naturally strategic when it comes to relationships. They don't want to waste time chasing a man who's not interested in someone like them. By asking about your type, she's doing a quick check. Am I his type? Should I lean in more or back off? Think about it. If you say you're only into athletic supermodels and she doesn't see herself that way, she's going to emotionally check out. But if you describe traits that she either has or aspires to have, like kindness, confidence, intelligence, her mind immediately starts thinking, maybe I'm exactly what he's looking for. It's a subtle but powerful way for her to test the waters without putting herself at risk of rejection. How to answer the right way? When you get this question, you have a golden opportunity to subtly turn up the attraction. The key is to focus less on physical attributes and more on qualities, traits that women can choose to embody. Here are some examples of great answers. I'm drawn to women who are confident and have a playful side. Someone who knows who she is but doesn't take life too seriously. Shows you value both strength and fun. I appreciate a woman who's kind, curious, and not afraid to be herself. Honestly, I'm attracted to women who have an adventurous spirit. Someone who's excited about life. Invites her to imagine a life full of shared experiences with you. Notice what you're doing here. You're giving her a chance to self-qualify, to feel like she could be what you're looking for without putting pressure on either of you. And if she smiles, teases you, or even says something like, "Well, maybe I fit that description," that's her throwing the door wide open. The flirty play you can even turn this into a playful flirty exchange if you want to build more chemistry. For example, after describing your type, you could have added with a smile, "You might just be dangerous. You seem to fit a little too perfectly." Delivered with light eye contact and a teasing grin, it shifts the energy from casual talk to personal interest very quickly. This kind of teasing creates a tension, a good tension, that makes interactions feel exciting and memorable. What to avoid when answering: avoid making your type sound rigid or superficial. Don't say things like, "I only date blondes, she has to be under 25, she has to look like a model." These kinds of answers either sound shallow or make her feel immediately excluded, even if she's physically attracted to you. Instead, focus on qualities that spark emotional attraction, things that make her think, "I could be that woman." When a woman asks, "What kind of women do you usually go for?" she's not just making conversation. She's trying to figure out if she fits into your world. Answer thoughtfully, focus on qualities over looks, and keep it playful, and you'll leave her wondering if she's exactly the woman you've been hoping to find. When a woman smiles and asks, "Are you always this charming?" it might sound like a casual compliment. Maybe you're tempted to brush it off, laugh, or even act humble about it. But if you do that, you're missing a massive opportunity. Because here's the truth. When a woman playfully calls you charming, smooth, or even hints you might be a bit of a player, she's not warning you. She's inviting you to flirt back in your status. She's giving you a green light to take the conversation to a more playful, exciting level. Most men miss it because they're too busy trying not to seem arrogant. But if you know how to handle it right, this one small moment can instantly shift the energy between you from friendly to undeniable chemistry. Why she says it: when a woman calls you charming, she's feeling the effect you have on her, but she doesn't want to make it too obvious, so she wraps her interests inside a teasing comment. Think of it like a test. If you get flustered, downplay yourself, or say something like, "Oh no, not me," she might feel a little disappointed, but if you own it with a playful, confident response, she feels even more drawn to you. Women love men who can handle being admired without getting awkward about it. It shows self-assurance. It shows you're used to winning people over, not because you try too hard, but because it's just who you are. How to respond like a pro. The best way to respond to "Are you always this charming?" is with playful confidence. You want to flirt back, lightly tease her, and keep the fun energy alive. A few great responses. "Only when I'm around someone who deserves it," delivers a compliment and flirts at the same time. I was about to ask you the same thing. You're pretty dangerous yourself. Turns the focus back onto her, maybe, but you're definitely bringing it out of me. Makes her feel like she's special. Notice something important. You're not bragging. You're not being cocky. You're simply agreeing with her playful tone and turning the moment into something more. That's what keeps her intrigued and wanting to chase the feeling. The magic of owning it confidence isn't about boasting. It's about accepting a compliment like it's natural. When you own your charm without acting surprised or self-deprecating, you send a powerful message. I'm used to making women feel good. I'm comfortable in my own skin. And if you like me, well, you're in good company. This subtle vibe makes you 10 times more attractive without needing to prove anything. And here's the bonus. Once you respond with playful confidence, women will often start trying even harder to get your attention. They'll laugh more, lean in closer, and look for ways to keep the conversation going. But not to do. There are a few ways men accidentally kill the attraction in this moment. Downplaying it. Saying something like, "Oh, I'm really not charming at all," sounds insecure. Getting serious, turning the conversation into a deep talk about your past or why you're not really like that, drains all the fun energy. Getting cocky, saying something like, "Yeah, women love me," without humor, makes you seem arrogant, not confident. Remember, charm thrives in lightness, humor, and mutual enjoyment, not in trying to look perfect. When a woman asks, Are you always this charming? Don't take it lightly. She's flirting and she's hoping you'll flirt back. Respond with playful confidence. Tease her just a little and own your appeal without overthinking it. Get this moment right and you'll leave a lasting impression she won't easily forget. When a younger woman looks at you, smiles and casually asks, "Do you ever date younger women?" It might seem like an innocent question. Maybe you think she's just curious or making conversation, but make no mistake. This question is anything but casual. In fact, it's one of the boldest signals she can send without actually confessing her interest outright. If you know how to read between the lines and respond the right way, this simple question can open the door to a genuine connection and maybe even something more. Why she asks this at its core: when a woman asks you if you date younger women, she's doing two things at once: testing the waters. She's trying to figure out if she even stands a chance with you, protecting herself from rejection. If you say no, she can easily brush it off without feeling embarrassed. It's a clever move. Instead of risking her pride by flat out hitting on you, she frames it like a "just wondering" type of question, but underneath that casual tone, there's often real hope and curiosity. She's thinking, is he open to someone like me? Would he ever see me as more than just a kid? Do I have a shot here? That's why your answer matters so much. How to respond the right way. The key to answering this question is keeping it smooth, confident, and nonchalant. You don't want to react with shock, hesitation, or discomfort, because that signals uncertainty or awkwardness. Instead, you want to make it clear that age isn't your primary concern. Connection is. Here's a great kind of response: I don't really think about age that much. If there's a connection, that's what matters most to me. Or even something a little playful, like, I'm more interested in the energy someone brings than the number on their ID. These kinds of answers send a powerful message. You're mature enough not to get caught up in numbers, but young enough at heart to enjoy real chemistry. It tells her, if we vibe, that's all that matters. And that's exactly what she wants to hear. Why this matters so much when a younger woman is attracted to an older man. It's rarely just about age. It's about confidence, experience, maturity, and emotional stability, things that many men her own age might not have yet. By showing that you're open-minded and secure, you make her feel safe, understood, and excited about the possibility of something real. You also avoid one of the biggest mistakes men make, treating the age gap as something weird, taboo, or awkward. If you make it no big deal, she'll feel no big deal about it either, and the connection can grow naturally. What to avoid? There are a few ways you can unintentionally kill the attraction if you're not careful. Don't act shocked or flustered. If you look uncomfortable, it makes her feel like she overstepped. Don't joke about it being wrong or taboo. You might think you're being funny, but it can create unnecessary awkwardness. Don't overcompensate by bragging about how much younger women chase you. It can come across as insecure or arrogant. Keep it simple, keep it confident, keep it light. When a woman asks you, "Do you ever date younger women?" it's not just a random question. It's an invitation. She's hoping you'll say yes. She's looking for a sign that age won't be a barrier between you. If you stay cool, confident, and show that connection matters more than age, you'll instantly make her feel more comfortable and much more interested. At first glance, when a woman asks, "Why don't you have a girlfriend?" it might seem like a harmless, curious question. Maybe you think she's just making conversation or being polite. But let's be real. When a woman asks this, she's thinking about the possibility of being that girlfriend herself. It's not just curiosity. It's a calculated move to see if you're available and if you're the kind of man worth chasing. Handled the right way, this simple question can instantly deepen her attraction and plant the idea of a future together right inside her mind. Why she's really asking when she asks why you're single, what she really wants to know is, are you emotionally available? Are you single by choice or because something's wrong? I'm going to stand a chance with you. She's hoping to hear that you're open to a connection without any messy baggage or drama holding you back. It's her way of scanning for two major green flags. You're single, truly single. She doesn't want to waste time if you're already entangled with someone. You're single because you have standards. You're not settling for just anyone. You're waiting for the right connection. That second point is crucial because if she senses you're selective and intentional about who you date, it actually makes you way more desirable in her eyes. How to respond like a high-value man. When you get asked, why don't you have a girlfriend? The worst thing you can do is stumble, look uncomfortable, or start complaining about women or past relationships. That kills the vibe immediately. Instead, you want to respond with light confidence, showing that you're happy with your life, but open to something amazing if it comes along. Here's a powerful kind of answer. I guess I've just been waiting for someone who really fits my life. I'm not in a rush. When it feels right, it happens. Or something a little more playful. I have high standards. Not just anyone gets the job. Say it with a smirk or playful tone, so it doesn't sound arrogant. This kind of answer shows you're not desperate. You're confident in your own company. You value real connection over rushing into something just to say you have someone. And guess what? That makes her wonder, could I be the one who fit? Why this moment matters. A lot of men don't realize how important these little moments are. When you frame yourself as a man who's happy but selective, you immediately stand out. Most guys either seem too eager, which feels needy, or too closed off, which feels unavailable. The sweet spot is being open, but only to the right woman. That energy creates a subtle but powerful challenge. If she wants you, she is going to have to earn her place in your life, not by playing games, but by showing up as her best self. Women love that. What to avoid, a few common mistakes to dodge when answering this question. Don't joke about being undateable or bad at relationships. It kills the attraction fast. Don't rant about your ex's heartbreaks or how all women are crazy. You might think you're being honest, but it sounds bitter and heavy. Don't shrug and say, I don't know, with no energy. It makes you seem like you're drifting through life without purpose. Instead, keep it positive, focused, and light. When a woman asks, why don't you have a girlfriend? She's handing you an opportunity on a silver platter. As she's hoping you'll reveal that you're available, confident, and waiting for something real, something she could potentially be part of. Respond with calm confidence, a playful smile, and a hint of standards. At the end of the day, questions like, why don't you have a girlfriend, aren't just small talk. They're windows of opportunity. They're her way of telling you, without telling you, that she's curious, interested, maybe even imagining something more. If you can stay calm, confident, positive when she asks, you don't just answer the question, you leave a lasting impression, because the truth is, high-value men don't chase love out of fear of being alone. They wait patiently and confidently for the right connection to find them. Absolutely. And when you carry yourself that way, you won't just attract a girlfriend, you'll attract the kind of woman you truly want.